Hey, this video is going to be me taking the plastics off the 2013 Ducati Hypermotard SP. It's basically the same for all the 821s Ducatis. The only thing I won't be taking off is the tail because I don't have the actual plastic. I just have the grab rails, but it's just 4 screws underneath, so it's pretty simple. But I'm going to take everything off and the gas tank to expose the air box and the top of that engine casing. So first I want to take off the head cowling. The second part will be the left side plastics. The third part will be the right side plastics. I won't show you how to take off the hand guards because the nuts are pretty exposed. You just take them off and watch the electrical wires. So first part is the beak. Well, actually the first part is the seat to get, because when you take the seat off, it exposes some bolts and leaf, but it also gives you the hardware that you need to start dismantling the bike. Ducati did a good job with including all the Allen wrenches you need, but they're just, most of them or all of them are 5mm Allen wrenches. I have a T-handle wrench that I just use, so either use this or use this, and make sure to take the seat off. So to take off this front plastic cowling piece, you're going to want to take off, there's 2 bolts here on either side of the dash. They're the Allen wrench size that comes with, they're also 3mm if you have a different one. And there's also 2, I've already taken the things out. If it wants to pull out and you slide it forward, there's 2 on the bottom that are underneath the beak. It's really hard to show it on camera to get under there because it's either too dark or whatever. But you go underneath the beak and there are these 2 3mm hex bolts. So that takes off the front. It's these 2 safety bolts, or I call them star bolts because the thing looks like a star. And after you take that out, after you take these 2 out, you pull it forward and lift it up and then pull it forward again. It sits in these 2 little bungs, on these 2 rubber bungs, and your headlight's out. You just disconnect it from here and you pull it off. That's your headlight. That's your headlight assembly. Your headlight's in there. If you want to replace the bulb, you undo all the tabs, or you just pull this. Well, actually, you just, and there's your headlight, and you just pull it out. Okay, to take off this little head cowl piece, there's 2 bolts right here, and then up and inside between the wires where they connect to the dashboard, there's 2 more bolts. So your angle on it's probably going to be right here. It's hard to show you because it's going to be too dark. So you have your 2 bolts here, your 2 4mm hex bolts, and then 2 up underneath, and it comes right off. It exposes your dash. If you want to and need to disconnect the dash, a 3mm Allen wrench, there's 1, 2, 3 bolts that come out. And I'm not going to unplug my dash, but as you can see, the dash is now removable. To take the beak off, which I'm not going to do because you have to clip these tie wraps, and I don't want to do that. There's a bracket right here. Hold on, let me zoom down. There's a bracket under past this horn. The bracket's right here. You just undo it, and all of this will come. All of this will come out. I don't want to do it because I don't want to have to take the horn off and everything. But you really only have to tear it down this much if you have to replace a wire, or you're touching the wiring harness, or this. You're putting the windscreen on. I mean, you don't have to undo the dash, but if you're putting the windscreen on or putting the carbon fiber headpiece on, this is as far as you'd tear it down. But now I'm going to move on to the left side fairings. To start off the left side and the right side, I'll just take off this small little plastic piece. It's just a filler for the frame. It really doesn't do much besides aesthetics. And then I'll move on to the big piece. So it's just a 3mm hex. You can just pop it off. And while you're over here, you might as well take this piece off. It's a 4mm hex, and all it does is just hold the tank cover on. Well, it holds the fairing to the fairing, and there's a little rubber washer, not plastic washer, so watch out. Make sure to keep it with it. All it does is hold the fairing piece to the tank cover to the actual tank itself. To start taking off the fairing piece, there's 1, 2, and a third down here. They're all 3mm. I have my 4mm. They're 3mm hex. Because of the clearance, you're better off just using Allen wrench. I also neglected to mention there's a rubber washer here. You just got to hold the back side with probably like a small crescent wrench, and you can just undo it and it falls out on the floor and you find it, and then that's it. But now all the things are free. So first what you want to do is take it from the intake and you want to pull it back to release it from the hook tabs, and you pull it up. There's hook tabs on the top and they fit into the tank cover. Next you pull, this part is like scissored onto the tank cover, so you want to pull the tab out on the you probably can't see this, can you? Nope. So you want to, okay, I'll show you the hook tabs on the, and then they connect to the tank cover, and then you have this and it's scissored onto the tank cover. So once you undo the scissor, you just pull it up, tank piece comes off. Your tank is completely exposed on the left hand side. You can get to your radiator now. You have to do all this to pull the radiator unless you want to like be in the way. Here's your fuse box. Tank cover will come off next after you pull off the right hand side. It's basically the same process, but I'll walk you through that too. So same thing on the other side. To take off this flank piece, 2 3mm bolts. There's no washers in there. Here is your 4mm. Watch the plastic washer that's there. It's clear, so if it falls out you might lose it on the ground. I know it's dark, but it's the same on the other side. There's the 3 nuts or bolts. There's 1, 2, 3 is third on the bottom, and then your 4th one is the other one on the side with the rubber thing. Easy. All 3mm, and then the one on the side is a 4mm. So once you get the right side panel off, you're going to take this nut and washer combo off, and then to remove the tank cover, you put your key in the lock, pull it out, and then you're going to want to remove these 2 3mm screws that are on either side of the tank cover. Don't drop them in the tank. So you pull them out and your tank cover lifts straight off. Oh, there you go. You got to keep the bar straight or else it'll pinch it a little bit. But this is your tank cover completely off. This is your gas tank. Gas tank comes off next. Put your thing back on. And this is the overflow hose. Okay, we're going to start removing the gas tank. It's pretty easy. It's not that many things are holding it to the bike. The bridge is what keeps it central to the bike so it doesn't move back and forth, and then there's a couple bolts on the side. This is the only difference. This is a 5mm Allen wrench instead of the 3 and 4s that we've been using. So first take off, well, you can do this last or first, it doesn't matter. But I'm first going to take off the bridge connector. Okay, so to remove the rest of the tank, 5mm Allen wrench, and on the other side too, I'm not going to show you because it's the exact same placement on the exact opposite side of the tank. So to pull off the other part of the gas tank, to pull off the rest, well, to pull off the gas tank, you need to remove the fuel pump, and it's these little nuts. You pull off the container, disconnect the fuel line and pump, and you should just be able to pull it out. It is an 8mm hex nut. See, it works. So once you unscrew it, you basically open it like a hatch. It's connected to the rear brake line, so watch out. And then next you just disconnect these hoses, these 2 hoses, and then you pull the tank off. And yet another thing I missed, you probably can't see it, but there's another bolt right here, a 5mm bolt. It holds the gas tank to the bike. Just watch out of any gas leaking too, because that'll happen, because it is a stop plug, but you know, gas, it'll make its way out. So I fucked up doing the tank removal. The audio somehow messed up, and yeah, you can see me talking, but actually nothing is going on. So basically, to remove the tank, all you do is pick it up and pull it forward under the bars, so the tank doesn't hit the bars, and it will come out easily. It should. If it doesn't, you're missing something or a screw. But that's it. That's how to take the tank off. Sorry for the audio being botched at the end, but deal with it.